boys and gals out there in YouTube land. Thanks for watching that episode. Anyway, so working on the F250 again today. I'll bring you in. Just going to do a quick intro here. Got the fuel filter on the carburetor. I've got the accelerator pump kit put in. No problem. Pretty easy. I didn't record anything because it's boilerplate stuff, maintenance. So today I've got to do two things to this vehicle. I want to clear out the gas tank, so I'm going to put a little gas in there. I got my little 12-volt click-clack pump. Going to pull that out, see what it looks like. Got some nice clear filters from Napa. I'll run over and get the part number for that. I think it's a Wix filter, but it's the Napa branded version of that. Use my Berryman's B12 carburetor choke and throttle body cleaner. Stuff worked like a charm. Got everything all cleaned out. Carburetor is perfect now. So I need to get that rear wheel unfroze. So I brought my brake spoon. Gonna kind of back off on those brake shoes a little bit, maybe get just a tiny bit of heat and see if I get that broke loose. And as I said before, I'm gonna get just make a quick assessment on that gas tank, see what we're dealing with. Looks to be pretty clean. Got lucky. So we're getting closer. So next time I come out to the home place, I'm gonna get the thermostat put in, as well as kind of flush the block a little bit, put the radiator back in again, and go for a quick spin around the farm, around the home place here. All that's left after that's a brake job, and we can start hauling some steel. Specifically, we got 3 cars to move, so we'll get those cashed in. $400, fellas. $400 for a junk car. I almost fell over when I heard the number. So I'm going to get that loaded with steel. Hopefully we can get that $400 up a little bit. Got plenty of steel like any other farm. Cash that in. So I'm going to get to work and get the fuel tank all queued up. Actually, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'll bring you in so you can see the fuel filter, and let me see if I can find the old accelerator diaphragm. So I don't know if you can see this on the screen. Oh, there's the crack. Okay, so this thing was leaking like a sieve. Napa got me all set up. So I got the new pump in there. It sounds better, it has a nice feel to it, so that's good to go. Looks like we've got a Fram filter. I'm happy to get that out of there. Nothing against Fram, but it's definitely not my choice of filters. So, to get you off the tripod and bring you in so you can kind of see, not much to look at, but at least bring you in. Okay, boys and gals, what we're looking at here is a 351 modified. And as you can see right here, I got the new Napa filter on there. Right here is the accelerator pump. Oh, it even has a nicer sound to it. Nice, just a consistent amount of back pressure. So I think we got that all fixed up. Berryman's, whoops, sorry about that. I've been using this forever. Berryman's B12 chem tool. That stuff works really well. Carburetor is nice and clean. We're getting closer, boys. Last thing after the tank, fuel tank and radiator, brakes, this rig's ready to go. So also let me kind of pan you around here. I took a little time last time I was home and got the inside all clearing out. So that's looking really nice. Used a little simple green in here. It smells good. Got a little bit of top issue, a little bit of issue on the other side with the seat cover. that come off, and got the foam to replace. Before I walk around the other side, let me show you the back. Boy, the back looks pretty nice too. I got a seat cover on the back part of the seat, rear seat, but I don't necessarily think that's even needed. I may just keep it on because it's nice and clean after the simple green. But yeah, I got all the junk out of here. It's looking good. You won't even recognize the back end here. So we got the back end all cleaned out. And I tell you what, boys and gals, bed's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to get one of those poly liners. I got a hole right there in the center of the picture. Otherwise, I tell you what, guys, this is looking pretty good. I'm impressed with the bed liner. Got a little bit of work here on the back end, get that straightened out. And my neighbor, we did a little horse trading, so I traded him this for a fuel barrel. He's got a 79 F250, and he had this tailgate made at one of the machine shops, local machine shops here in town. And I'm happy to get that for this rig. So once we get an aftermarket bumper put on the back of this thing, I think we're going to be good to go. So got that, got the scrapyard lens in the back on this side, and then do a little fixing on that side. Get these the tailgate riders mounts straightened on the back end. Boy, I think we're pretty much good to go. I'm so happy with this rig. I wasn't sure what to expect when I yanked it out of here. Let's see if I can get you a little, it's pretty dark, but you might be able to see a little bit. But yeah, we got her all cleaned up. Things looking pretty nice. That's what I was talking about this seat. I think I watched a pretty good YouTube video on how to cut down the foam for this front seat, so I'm going to do that. And I think head up to Wisconsin, up to La Crosse, and I think Farm and Fleet's got a sale on some Carhartt covers. They look to be pretty good. Internet gives it 2 thumbs up. So may look into that, cover these seats just to give it a little cleaner look. But boy, I tell you what, that floorboard is in really nice shape. Other than a couple of spots, I tell you what, this is a pretty good rig, so I'm pretty happy about that. Pan back here. Yeah, she's a brute. She's ready to haul steel. So I'm going to take care of that fuel tank right now, get the click-clack on there, suck it out. I'll pull you guys back in again if there's something interesting to see. Otherwise, I'm gonna get that rear tire off, get my brake spoon out, get the pads, get the shoes backed off, and add a little heat, little tapping. I brought my air tools, so we'll use my air tool for that. Ram on a little bit and see if we can get that freed up, just so we can get the wheels turning, and then I can pull it out of the shed here and put a little water through the block and get that cleaned out. We should be good. All right, I'm going to sign off and then start you guys up again. Alrighty, boys. Well, out of the 2 things, one was easy, one's not so easy. On that rear wheel, I just simply used my brake spoon and loosened up the shoes, and I raised it up, put my long extension on my socket, tried to take the nuts off, the wheel nuts, and lo and behold, it came free very easily. So I've got all 4 wheels loose now. That was very easy. So I've got one of many things, but one key area I need to address is the fuel tank. And let me come over here. and show you my little click-clack pump. So I attached that to the tank. I assumed it would suck out of there pretty easy based on the original flow, but when I hooked it up, I could not get any fuel out of there. So I think the inlet is plugged, it's plugged in the tank. So I'm gonna have to take that off and see what's going on so I can get fuel. Hopefully I don't have to take the tank off, but if I do, I do. But I'm pretty happy about that wheel. Grab my light, go underneath here. Kind of show you what I'm talking about already. So, again, boy, I tell you, this is fairly clean underneath here. So, and the hose to the pump is clear, but I think there's probably a sock on there, like a pre-filter. I'll have to take that off, see what's going on. But otherwise, I think based on getting that loose, getting that wheel loose, I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, muffler rusted off and over, it's loud. So, got that taken care of. Let's see, oh yeah. The inlet going into the tank doesn't look to be the greatest. Outside of the tank doesn't look too bad though. But again, I am just tickled at how good this frame looks. I wouldn't have expected that. We got some areas that, you know, are a little rusty. But frame looks good. Even the mounts for the bed don't look too bad. The rest of the frame, it's looking pretty good. So, okay. I feel like we took about 3 steps forward today, only 1 step back. So, I think I'm gonna button this up and call it a day. Good progress. Real good progress. Awesome. Well, while I'm over here, take a quick look at that old bee. I was walking through one of the buildings looking for something, and I'll be darned if I didn't find the sheet metal for the grill. So that's awesome. Got the battery charger on the old 10-year-old 6-volt. Unfortunately, I bought that 6-volt for a W6, and then I ended up selling the tractor. The guy didn't need the battery. So it's never been used, but I've been charging it, and so far so good. Heck. Got the brakes all freed up. This one freed up. It's looking pretty good. So I've got those pistons soaking in my coil. I've got the power troll. This thing, that wasn't even stuck. The power troll has a nice snap to it, and those things move freely. Dumped a little oil in there just to get the process going. You know, one thing I forgot to do is I should have taken that starter off. I'd like to redo that. Even if the block pistons, the block's probably okay. The head and the pistons, if I can't get those free or if it's too far gone, I can always use that for something else. I would like to get a B John Deere. It just seems like a real handy size. I'd like to put a little bush hog on this thing and putt around and kind of trim up the weeds. So, while I'm over here, take a look at the old, oh, you know what, let me grab my light and show you a bit of the old 84 diesel. Again, we had some water in this building, so it might be a little green on the inside. Oh, not as bad as I thought. So what do we got for mileage here? Let's see, 43,000. So I think that's either 243 or 343. I'm pretty confident this car has got 343,000 on it. I want to say it's the second or third diesel engine. Both engines, if it was in fact two, GM did end up putting the engines in for us. So my father just kept driving around, but body's still in pretty good shape, except for that rear bumper. Hey, if you fellas need any parts, let me know. This was that 350 Olds diesel. Oh, there's the old block off of the old Farmall. I think that was off of Farmall Regular. It's at the other place.